Tonight, fighting back against low-traffic neighbourhoods. Opponents of the controversial schemes take their campaign to the government.
Roads have seen significant increases of congestion and pollution, and I feel myself becoming more unwell by the day.
Also ahead, the judges who left Sara Sharif in the care of her father, who now fear for their safety. For more than a century, it's been the talk of the town, from Judy Garland to Harry Houdini, celebrating an iconic London venue. And against all odds, the under-18s hoping to cause an upset in the FA Youth Cup. Good evening. They have become one of the most divisive issues in the capital over recent years, low-traffic neighbourhoods, or LTNs. Supporters say they're better for the environment, our health, and make streets safer. Opponents claim they damage local shops and businesses and simply push traffic congestion onto other roads. Well, now anti-LTN campaign groups across the capital have joined forces for the first time to lobby the government to change the law. Nina Conti explains.
Protests replaced intended quieter roads. Low-traffic neighbourhoods, or LTNs, have split opinions. And now the biggest action is being taken against them to the government.
We think it's socially unjust to push traffic from our roads onto roads here where people who are less well off live, and where children also go to school, and where buses get slowed down. We also think it's unfair and discriminates against elderly people and disabled people, people who depend on their car to be able to travel anywhere.
Richard's showing me a letter he signed as part of his group in Dulwich, and 14 other groups, including Greenwich, Hammersmith and Enfield, calling on the Transport Secretary to change the law so that councils can't introduce LTNs without community support. I'm here in Dulwich, and this is an example of an LTN designed to block off traffic and encourage cycling and walking. But some campaigners say that that merely diverts traffic to other areas, causing congestion and pollution there.
I now cycle on roads that have seen significant increases of congestion and pollution, and I feel myself becoming more unwell.
But some people in Dulwich told me that they approve of the LTNs, saying that they make the streets safer and easy to use. Over in Tower Hamlets, there's opposition to the council wanting to remove them.
They've improved air quality, they've obviously reduced traffic, and then you just look around. I mean, you have elderly people who would be indoors normally just sitting out, gathering on benches. It really has transformed the neighbourhood.
We've interviewed some of those who are against the LTNs, and one of their arguments is that the traffic that's blocked from one area creates congestion in another area. They have said that, there are schools and nurseries on some of those busier roads, and therefore it creates pollution around children.
Well, I would say it's very difficult to generalise, and each scheme should be looked at on its own merit.
While the group wants a response to their letter, a spokesperson for the Department of Transport has said, as is long-standing policy, local authorities are best placed to decide what traffic management schemes are appropriate, but they should always be developed through engagement with local communities. There are no plans to change this. Mixed opinions still remain, as does the question, should LTNs be given the green or red light? Nina Conti, ITV News.
Judges involved in making decisions about Sara Sharif's care before she died have told a court they have serious concerns about being publicly named. Sara was 10 years old when she was murdered by her father and stepmother at her home in Woking. Helen Keenan is here with me now. Helen, take us through the arguments in this.
Well, the Court of Appeal hearing opened yesterday, and to be really clear, this isn't about the criminal case. So just to remind you, as you said earlier, 10-year-old Sara was murdered by her father, Irfan Sharif, and her stepmother, Bainash Batul, and she was found dead at home in Woking after a campaign of abuse. But this hearing, though, is regarding judges who oversaw family court proceedings relating to the care of Sara Sharif before she was murdered. Now, it was ruled the media could not identify 3 judges who were involved due to what was described as a real risk of harm to them from a virtual lynch mob. However, this is being challenged by some media organisations, including ITN, that makes this news programme, saying they should be named in the interests of transparency.
Helen, it is fair to say, isn't it, that those family court rulings were significant in the short life of Sara Sharif.
Well, this is significant because a judge did approve Sara moving to live with her father. Now, we know that Surrey County Council first had contact with her father, Irfan Sharif, and her birth mother, Olga Sharif, before Sara was even born, due to reports of neglect relating to two of her siblings. Now, between 2013 and 2015, several allegations of abuse were made that were never tested in court. And at one hearing during that time, it was raised that the council had significant concerns about the children returning to live with Irfan Sharif, given the history of allegations of physical abuse of the children. But by 2019, a judge did approve Sara moving to live with her father in Woking. So we understand the hearing is expected to conclude today, but there'll be no result today. There will be a decision in writing coming at a later date.
OK, Helen, thank you. 3 people have been arrested in connection with the murder of a 14-year-old boy in Woolwich. Kellyanne Bacassa was stabbed to death on a bus last Tuesday. 2 teenage boys have been arrested on suspicion of murder, while a 44-year-old woman has been arrested on suspicion of assisting an offender. A man's been charged with the murder of a woman who was shot dead outside a church in Harlesden. Michelle Sadio had been attending a wake at the River of Life Elim Pentecostal Church last month. Tajin Summersole has been charged with murder, 2 counts of attempted murder and possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. And a man who was stabbed to death in Haringey has been named as Gregory Castillo Volquez. The father of 2 died at an address on Tiverton Road on Monday. 3 men and 1 woman have been arrested on suspicion of murder. Next, during cold spells like this, the value of community projects that support the most vulnerable in our society are more apparent than ever. The Peckham Soup Kitchen has been a lifeline for thousands of people for more than 2 years, providing hot meals, groceries and support. But now their future is uncertain. Caroline Sim reports.
Hi Beth, how are you?
Every Wednesday, it's home delivery day. And hundreds of vulnerable people living in the estates of Peckham receive food parcels and a hot meal to their doors.
Oh yeah?
There are people here who don't have the confidence to leave their homes and who struggle to pay for heating.
I know it's been a long time. Happy New Year.
For almost 2 years, volunteers from Peckham Soup Kitchen have been checking in on them and providing food. But the organisation may be forced to shut down at the end of the month.
No, they shouldn't stop. They should continue because I think it helped everybody here.
No, it would be a big mess if it had to close. It would be a big mess to a lot of people.
The Peckham Soup Kitchen is based in this shop unit on Rye Lane, which they've been allowed to use for free. But Berkeley Homes, which owns the space, wants it back.
This is something that I totally believe in because when you see these people in the estate, it's about the hot meals, it's about the groceries, but more importantly, it's about having that conversation. Do you know what I mean? Just that little 10-minute conversation.
If the organisation was to shut down, it would mean hot food provided by a local business wouldn't reach the people who need it. The meals are high quality, the same as those served to paying customers.
It can't close down. There's too many people that rely on it. It's you know, it's not just about food or just about blankets or toys at Christmas. It's about meeting people. It's about that interaction that people who, you know, everyone needs it, right?
The team want to find a bigger unit so they can also open a warm hub. But Southwark Council says it has no suitable buildings available. Dean won't give up, though.
That's just the building. But you see what we do. We actually come out of the building and we deliver door to door. Do you know what I mean? So basically, if we don't have no building, I'm sure Judd and I will be setting up a pop-up shop outside.
And his group will continue to help the local community while it still can. Carolyn Sim, ITV News, Peckham.
Still to come on the programme.
I want freedom, you know. I want to be like you. Hoo-hoo.
I'll be on the programme shortly to talk about my new tour.
But first, in just under an hour, a South London youth football team will be kicking off in the biggest match of their careers. Non-league Merstham under-18s have beaten the odds to make it through to the 4th round of the FA Youth Cup. Their opponents, Chelsea's Premier League Academy, They may be the underdogs, but Merstham's fighting spirit is a force to be reckoned with, as Antoine Allen found out.
As Merstham FC continue their winning FA Cup run,
are going to be in the next round of the FA Youth.
Their emphatic victory and celebration makes the teenagers seem like they've played together their whole lives. But actually, the non-league under-18 side are an amalgamation of two separate schools, Coombewood High School in Croydon and London Nautical City Academy in Waterloo. United by football, they beat the odds to reach the fourth round of the FA Youth Cup. This week they train to face Chelsea's Premier League Academy stars. Merstham FC's captain told me the secret to their success.
Every game we could progress in the Youth Cup, and our unity's got better and better, win by win. And these boys out here deserve it so much because the quality we've shown throughout the round has been sensational.
All the boys want the chance to test their ability against Chelsea, but the unity in the squad is so strong that whether on the pitch, bench or cheering from the side, everyone is being inspired by this David against Goliath story.
We have to give full credit to our coaches and staff because when we have two programmes, it can be very hard to flip between the two, but they find it, they're in here like every day, you know, whether that be LNS or Coombewood, giving us 100%, and we couldn't ask for any more than that.
The team's head coach believes his side can continue to show unity mixed with humble quality, can take on a team like Chelsea's huge resources.
You know, the success we had in the early few rounds definitely generated a buzz amongst the squad, and I think for many of them they see it as an opportunity to go on and really showcase what they can do. And you know, a lot of the boys have been in the system and out, so for them I think it's showcasing what they can do and doing it on the biggest stage.
The team's success on the pitch is only surpassed by Valenti Academy's goal to change the lives of boys from challenging backgrounds.
I think the biggest thing we look at is the destination. When they finish with us, what are they going to do? Are they going to go to uni? Are they going to full employment? Are they going to apprenticeships? To give them that start in life in terms of standards, values, work ethic, I think is so important.
If Merstham FC can cause an upset in the next round of the FA Youth Cup, they could face Manchester United. These London schoolboys are ready to step up together against any opponent. Antoine Allen, ITV News.
Now, from circus acts to cabaret, from dancing to dining, Leicester Square's iconic Hippodrome has been entertaining Londoners for decades. It opened as a variety hall on this day in 1900, and several incarnations later, it's now celebrating its 125th birthday. Rags Martel went along to discover its fascinating history.
A Hippodrome happy birthday. It's been here for 125 years. But while the outside has stayed the same, inside it's changed many times. Built by Frank Matcham in 1900, it began its life as a circus of variety.
It was the flagship theatre of Moss Empires Limited. It was intended to make a splash, and it made a splash quite literally, because apart from all the variety acts, clowns and performing seals and lions and tigers and acrobats, there was also a water tank. In the middle would be an arena, and at one point in the programme the arena floor would lower and it would fill with water, and even in one pantomime they had 15 elephants sliding down a slope into the water tank.
On the Hippodrome stage, an 11-year-old Chaplin was funny for the first time, albeit inadvertently.
He didn't do what he was told. He was dressed up as a cat and he actually cocked his leg up, causing lots of children at the matinee to roar with laughter.
Do you think you could say Hippodrome got Chaplin's very first laugh?
Probably did, actually, yes.
Somewhere. In 1958, it became the talk of the town venue, where big stars sung like Judy Garland. Way up. The 2019 film on her life is actually set on her Hippodrome performances.
Hi and welcome to the Hippodrome.
In the 80s, it was all change again, becoming a Peter Stringfellow nightclub. But by the beginning of this century, the Hippodrome needed a lot of renovation work. And that's where the new owner stepped in, transforming it into its current guise as a casino, show venue and restaurants.
The Hippodrome has entertained London for 125 years.
and it's had some incredible entrepreneurs involved in its history. And it's kind of scary, to be honest, to follow in their footsteps, but it's also a real joy because the building's got something special. It's almost as though the DNA of the West End goes through the Hippodrome.
And through its many changes through time, on the outside, it's still the same. Rags Martel, ITV News.
Now, the multi-talented Nina Conti has many strings to her bow, actress, comedian and filmmaker, but she's perhaps best known for her ventriloquism and her longtime sidekick, Monkey. Well, Nina has been touring the UK with her new show, Whose Face Is It Anyway, and is back in the capital this month. Let's have a look.
What are you going to do with your time, apart from travel? Interesting you asked me this, actually. I thought I might get something. Get something, yes. Hold something. A person, yes. I'm hoping to get a person. No, not you, not exactly you, but somewhat. Will you marry me?
Nina's here. Welcome to you, Nina. What are you doing to your poor audience members?
I'm taking huge liberties. I'm just putting words in their mouths using these masks. And they communicate with me non-verbally. I mean, that guy, I think what he was trying to say was I'm looking for a woman.
Right.
I think that's what he was pointing at. But I'm reading people like a hawk and just putting what it looks like they're trying to say into their mouth, which is never what they would actually be saying.
And people volunteer for this?
Yeah, but some people do, and it's so sweet of them, and I'm so grateful to anyone who puts themselves
How
in
is
my
it for
control.
you? Because, I mean, that's a lot going on, isn't it? A lot of interpretation, as well as the voice and the
Yes.
mechanics of it.
It's very freeing, though, because it's unscripted, so every show's different, so it's refreshing. I don't get bored of my jokes or anything, and it keeps me on my toes. Really, it does. Very alert. And then afterwards, I can barely remember the beginning of the show because it's like the whole thing happened in a kind of state of hysteria.
Do you ever feel it going south, maybe feeling a bit flat and you have to lift it up? Or
South, it's plummeting all the time, south. The whole thing is just like lifting, you know, it's ridiculous. I don't know why I've put myself through it. It's terrifying, but fun. It is fun.
How did you get the idea for it?
Well, the idea grew just very gradually because I've been a ventriloquist. I've been talking to this monkey puppet for 20 years. And I started with one of these masks a while ago. And other ventriloquists have used these masks. And I always thought it was a bit too scary. I was scared of audience participation. And then I actually used the Stooge originally. And then one day he couldn't turn up. This is like 10 years ago. And I had to use someone from the audience. And it was so much funnier that I never looked back.
And cheaper.
Now, yeah, cheaper and more honest. And, you know, I'm so ashamed of the Stooge now, my Stooge days.
Out of a job.
Yeah,
Sorry, Stooge.
Yeah, sorry. But now it's just so nice to collaborate with the audiences and everybody gets a unique show that is, you know, just for them.
It looks fun, as well as being on tour. What an amazing couple of years for you, because you made a film as well, which is, I think it is out, isn't it? And you're taking it to America.
It's out this summer.
OK, tell us about it. Sunlight.
Sunlight, yeah. I play Monkey, my monkey character, in that. A woman who doesn't want to come out of a monkey suit. It's a love story, it's a road trip, and it's a kind of set in a dysfunctional kind of New Mexican landscape, written with Shanoa Allen, who stars in it. And it was a huge passion project, and I'm really, really happy with it, and I can't wait for people to see it. It's just been at the festivals so far, so yeah, look out for it this summer, it's coming out.
And you took on multiple roles?
No, well, a director.
Yes,
I
directed in the suit as well.
In the monkey suit, yeah.
I mean, that's enough roles.
Yeah, like for your first time directing a film, to do it in that fur was stupid.
That was Monkey, dare I ask.
The small monkey.
Is Monkey around?
I did bring him.
Go on,
but
let him out.
You never know. It's never a good idea.
Keep it
TV.
6 p.m. friendly.
Yeah, OK.
Hello, Monkey.
Hi, sir. How are you doing?
So does Monkey, do you come out on the show, out on tour?
I'm in the tour, yeah, I'm on stage. I'm kind of the casting director. Yeah, he does the casting. Are Nina's lips in shot? I imagine they are. Zoom in on her.
The director's trying to catch you out.
Work. Yeah. I'm startled by your eye contact. Shall we have a blinking contest? I'll win.
Can I say thank you very much? You're going to be at the Apollo, but before you go...
3rd of Feb.
3rd of Feb
and the 20th of January, not many seats left.
Well done, well remembered, Monkey.
Yeah.
Before you go, can I introduce Monkey to Sally, our weather presenter?
Hello, Sally.
A big fan.
I
what
love
a segue.
you.
Do another.
I would never say that. Thank you very much.
We had to do a voice check for Nina, and then we had to do one for Monkey.
Yeah, I wasn't talking into the mic. Can I go on your hand and read the weather with you?
Oh, my goodness.
I long to travel.
Absolutely. Get yourself over here. What's stopping you, Nina?
Yeah, get your hand in.
But Monkey's done the weather before.
Yeah, he had a small part in a film where he did the weather. I didn't know
Bet
the
it was
weather.
cheaper.
Yeah, cheaper. Why? How much are you?
Well, I hope he likes cloud. And Duncan, I hope your bulbs are coming through.
Slowly.
Yeah, bit by bit. Right, here we go. See you, Monkey. Here's the forecast.
ITV London weekday weather is sponsored by Octopus, the renewable energy company.
Hello again. I hope you had a lovely day. Now, we don't get many pelicans on the news and weather for obvious reasons, which is why I thought we'd enjoy them today, giving a lovely bit of colour to an otherwise grey and murky setup at the moment. More of that to come. Some mist and fog as well possible, and it's cooling down again as we go through the rest of the week. On with the detail. For tonight, if you've still got to head out, there might just be a bit of drizzle around where that cloud is thick enough, but plenty of dry weather too. Some mist and fog possible again tonight and into tomorrow morning, but the temperatures, very much like last night, not dropping down too chilly, so we should be frost-free tomorrow morning, and it won't be too cold as the day gets going. But another cloudy, grey, dull start for you. Probably slightly lower chance of seeing some drizzle tomorrow. And into the afternoon, we could see a few brighter spells, but they're a pretty short supply, so I won't get too excited about that. Highs of 7 to 9, so it's about a degree or so down on today, but about average for the time of year. And then into the evening, more of the same, plenty of cloud around, should stay pretty dry, and perhaps a slightly lower chance of seeing any mist and fog overnight tomorrow night. Now, as we go to the pressure chart, you can see we've got high pressure over us, but it is starting to move off to the east, and that will indicate a slight change in wind direction. So we'll start to draw in some slightly colder, drier air, and you can see that in those temperatures into the weekend in particular. So we're getting some colder days and some colder nights as well. Plenty of cloud to go with it. At times you might get a bright spell here or there. If you do, lucky old you. That's it. See you later on. Cheerio.
Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
Thank you, Sally. Before we go, the nominees for the BAFTA Film Awards have been announced. Among them, Cynthia Erivo, who grew up in Stockwell. She's in the leading actress category for her role as Elphaba in the movie adaptation of Wicked. And director Sir Steve McQueen's movie Blitz has been nominated in the Outstanding British Film category. It tells the story of a 9-year-old mixed-race boy in the capital during the Second World War. The ceremony takes place next month at the Royal Festival Hall on the South Bank. And that is it. I'm back with our late update tonight. Until then, have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.